Welcome to the Business Spotlight Series. I'm Mark McNulty, president of Action Coach Bluegrass in Southern Indiana. And today I have David Horne, who's the president of TagSwag, with me as my guest. Good afternoon, David.
Good afternoon, Mark.
So today we're going to be talking about his business, his journey to business ownership, challenges, best practices, and share a peek of what it's like to really build and operate a business, and in this case, a family business. So if this is your first time on our channel, be sure to like and subscribe so you get notifications of all of our interviews. So David, welcome and thanks for being here today. Tell us a little bit about TagSwag and how this all started.
Well, thanks for having me, Mark. I'll tell you a little bit about TagSwag. We're a family business in Louisville, Kentucky, founded in 1985, the year I was born. My dad started it with one embroidery machine, and here we are almost 40 years later. And we've become one of the larger apparel decorators in America with 500 embroidery machines. We have 5 automatic screen print presses. We do direct-to-garment, direct-to-film, laser etching, and UV printing. So a lot of manufacturing. And then we also build company web stores, and we tie businesses into our manufacturing with an easy online platform. We offer bulk ordering solutions, custom kits, gifting solutions, bulk ordering, and uniform programs. So all around putting your logo on apparel and products.
So tell me a little bit about, so it's a family business. What's the leadership structure today with the family and non-family members? What's that look like?
Yep, so my mom and dad are still highly involved. My dad has gone into more of what the owner's box role, but also still a visionary for the company, part of our leadership team and strategic planning. He finances the company, he owns it. He is right now helping us to get into a single state-of-the-art facility. It's his main project. My mom is in the accounting department. We call her the internal auditor. She's checking everybody's work. And then my sister Anna, she runs the company as chief operating officer. I'm on the business development side. My title is president, but I'm in charge of revenue and growth initiatives.
Okay, awesome. So how did you come to join the family business? You did some other things before that, right?
Yes, I spent 10 years in the soccer industry before joining the business and was glad to get some experience outside of it first. But I played a little bit minor league professional and then started a pro indoor team. I was a general manager at 25 years old, so got some good leadership lessons doing that. And then ended up on the staff of University of Louisville men's soccer with head coach Ken Lola. And that's where I was able to kind of be a mentee of really a phenomenal servant-based leader in Ken Lola. He brought that program to a #1 national ranking and built a real championship culture, 5 out of 8 Elite Eights. And he's a servant-based leader who was a great role model. And my time in soccer was helpful more so even in the preparing me for being a leader as it was in soccer. I recognized I wasn't going to be a soccer coach in my time there. And so then the family business kind of came calling. It was timing. And I joined about 6 years ago.
Okay, awesome, great. So tell us a little bit more about bags. What makes TagSwag so special?
Yeah, there's 3 things about us that make us unique. Our purpose statement is that we build brands and we bring people together. We really truly believe that a brand is a unifying concept for businesses, teams, organizations, and it brings the people together. And that's why we do what we do. But the 3 things that make us unique, it's our people, our manufacturing, and our technology. Our people, we are a multi-generational and also multicultural company with 5 countries and 4 languages represented. We've been home to the refugees since the 1980s. And that diversity of thought makes us really strong. We have a lot of really skilled operators and team members across the board. The second is the manufacturing. So it's direct to manufacture with us. We're not outsourcing this stuff. We're in 2 35,000 square foot buildings. And so we have 70,000 square feet of manufacturing capability. So having that capacity and doing it direct, it really creates a lot of economies of scale. It creates a lot of synergy, allows us to produce and ship quickly, and controls the service level when we do the manufacturing. And the third one is the technology. So, the world is rapidly changing with tech, and what it's done for us is allowed us to tie into e-commerce platforms. So we have some really state-of-the-art technology that allows orders from e-commerce platforms like a company store tied directly back into the manufacturing. So getting that blank good from a supplier and then decorating it, we call it brand on demand. We do it all on demand with no inventory, and we ship in 5 to 10 business days. So having those three things combined, people, manufacturing, technology, is what makes us different.
Okay, awesome. So what's something that you wish more people knew about TagSwag?
Yeah, so people didn't quite really know about us, even though we've been around for almost 40 years. We were in a different channel completely up until 2020. So we were what in our industry is called a contract decorator, pure, meaning that we were just kind of a middle, invisible in the supply chain company. So we were we were manufacturing logos mainly just for resellers and distributors. And so in doing so, we were behind the scenes. But since 2020, really when COVID hit, that's when we made a big pivot and a big shift because the work kind of started drying up. And we recognized that, we're not in control of our destiny in this world. So we decided we want to start some of our own sales channels. And and then e-commerce is blowing up and exploding at the same time. So, what we would hope that people know is that we're here. At this point now, here 4 years later, since we started selling into these channels, we've become much more recognizable. But it's really helped us to become more efficient in the marketplace. So one, that we're here, and what I hope people know about us is that we have a ton of capability and capacity and ways to serve people and to make people's lives easier, specifically with HR directors, marketing directors, owners of company who want to build their brand and bring their team together around their brand.
Okay, awesome. So you mentioned you're responsible for business development. So tell us a little bit about what marketing and business development looks like at TagSwag.
Yeah, so on that side, client acquisition is a big part of our growth strategy right now. We have about 350 web stores in 36 states. We're adding about 2.5 customers every week, signing on as a new client. And what that looks like is, it's an annual sign on to get a web store. And so our growth strategy is continue to add customers. We add customers, we onboard them with an onboarding team, and then we serve them as an account. The other big growth strategy for us is under enterprise clients, and that's with large organizations, corporations, healthcare, hospitals. That's an area that we can really serve with our three uniques that I mentioned before. And that's my personal quarterly and annual objective right now is to find the decision makers in those channels and share our story and demonstrate our capabilities and provide solutions to them. We still offer contract decorating. So big uniform companies, all the biggest ones like Centos, UniFirst, Airmark, places like that do a lot of uniforming. We do overflow work for those. That's a revenue generator for us. And then also just contract work for concert merchandise, event merchandise, where they have overflow and needs to produce high capacity jobs, tens of thousands of t-shirts, say, for an event coming up. Those are some of the main channels that we work in. And so trying to figure out the right clients in each of those channels and matching it up to kind of our capacity on the service side, but also on the manufacturing side is a big part of my role.
Okay. So tell us a little bit more about web stores.
Yeah, so a web store is the main channel is for companies. Size is 50 to 500 is kind of our target in that area. And those web stores will have, your logo on about 75 products, everything men's and women's categories, as well as accessories, bags, hats, everything from t-shirts, quarter zips, polo shirts, rain jackets, puff jackets, the full gamut, different types of hats between trucker hats and golf hats and dad hats, bags like tote bags and backpacks and laptop cases, all those types of products that you need for your team around your brand. We offer all of those on demand. So we don't hold any inventory. The logo is mocked up on all those products. The products that those are on include a variety of brands, everything, the premium brands that people know, like Carhartt, Nike, and Travis Mathew, Brooks Brothers, and then a lot of brands that are more economical, like Sport Tech and Port Authority. We have a variety of brands that we offer. We custom build these stores according to the client's vision, according to their brand standards, and kind of just their general style of people at the workplace. We set those stores up. We set the logo up in about 15 different ways for the different garments that they're wearing. And then that way, and what people do with these web stores is they'll typically use them for their employees for onboarding, for rewards, recognition, for uniforming, for just day-to-day logo wear. And really popular within that is doing virtual gift carding. So, each member of the team, each employee might get, $100 or $200 every so often to go onto the store. They place the order, they pick out what they want and, what fits them. And we produce that garment and ship it in 5 to 10 business days directly to their house. And so what happens with the web stores, and we've seen this with our own company web store, is that it really does build your brand and bring your people together, because people start showing up to the office wearing a different quarter zip and a new polo and a hat that no one else has seen. And then, oh, I like that. Where'd you get that? I got that on the web store. And before you know it, it starts to become trendy around the office to wear the logo. And it's totally streamlined to where it's not in somebody's hands. It's not a bunch of boxes under someone's desk or in a swag closet. It's all virtual. There's no waste. It's a very sustainable process to have the web store. And so, we found that our clients are very happy. Our annual renewal rate is above about 95% right now. So people continue to see the value in the web store.
No, that's a great. I saw a little bit about that on your website, and I wanted to find out more. And the target there is 50 to 500 employees, you said?
That's kind of the sweet spot where we are putting a lot of our energy into, where it works with smaller companies, of course. I mean, companies as small as 12 to 15 people who might, who need to wear the logo wear, whether it's a small like design and build firm, for example, that use contract workers for the build. Like recently spoke to a client who absolutely was giving us great reviews. Even financial firms. We have a lot of financial firms that utilize it to gift their clients. They'll send out a link and let the client pick out some products as a gift, and then we ship it to their client's door. And you can do it to where there doesn't show pricing, and that way it's a premium gift and they just get to pick. So while that's our target, 50 to 500 probably, the smaller ones it works for as well, and as well as the enterprise clients, because we have some custom solutions that we offer.
Okay, awesome. So tell us a little bit about the family dynamic of working in a family business. There's a lot of family businesses out there, as you know. What are some of the dynamics there that you've had to work through as a family unit to make sure you all get along? And
yeah, the family business side of it is, we're a part of the U of L Family Business Center, and so we have roundtable groups where we can talk to others that are in similar situations. And there's an ongoing theme amongst family businesses. There's themes that we find. But the quote that I like to share in regard is that we found that the relationship is just as important as the strategy. And if the relationships aren't right, who cares about the strategy, right? It's so much about having harmony. And when you have that harmony, that's when it makes a lot of sense, and when family business can be really fun. To find the harmony is not easy, and to keep the harmony is not easy. And we found that getting outside coaching and outside help, third-party people involved in the business, is very helpful in finding the harmony, which allows to get a shared vision, to get your 10-year, 3-year, 1-year aligned, your core values, your mission statement, your niche in the marketplace, to get your roles and responsibilities clarified. Doing that with an outside coaching, with some outside help, helps to create that harmony, gets everybody on the same page. It's been for us quite a journey to get to there. We're thankful that we're there. We're in a better spot. We're a work in progress, but family business can be great. It's also a lot more fun when you win. When you're losing, it's not so fun. And I know it's not a linear thing, but it can be a great, enjoyable thing. And our hope is that we can have a legacy and continue to have something for our kids, as an opportunity to pass it down to them.
Okay, awesome. So challenges. So you made a pivot in 2020. So what were some of the challenges or roadblocks you had to overcome to kind of get into a new market with your product, that you had this, tremendous capacity and capability built up, but delivering that to new market? What were some of the challenges you had to overcome to get into a new market?
Yeah, I mean, obviously going into something unknown, uncertain, whether or not it would work or not having everything ready, not having everything perfect before we kind of started launching it. That was a major part of it. There was also a lot of fear around potentially competing with some of our own customers. And the way we kind of navigated that is that we just talked face to face with as many of them that we could, that we were doing this, not as a way to necessarily compete with them, but that we on a national scale needed to become out in the e-commerce world. And so one of the challenges and hurdles was the way that our current customers, especially local ones, would receive that. And we wanted to be compassionate around that, and we wanted to, do it the right way. And so we wanted to do it with integrity, and we still continue to try to do that because we're going to bump up sometimes.
Right.
So that was a major challenge, and that was also a reason why we hadn't done it. But at the end of the day, what we decided was that we have to really make sure that we have a viable, healthy business, or we can't help anybody. And so we needed to go and take that risk and overcome that fear. And so that was a major hurdle, just psychologically, that it was okay for us to sell on this channel. And then from there, I mean, a whole host of challenges continue to pop up. Like, are we able to actually ship in 5 to 10 business days? Are we able to do no minimums and do one piece, which is what we offer and what we do? That was a big part of it. Scaling it has been a big challenge. Growth with adding account managers to manage the clients that we're bringing on. We've now gone into more of a SaaS model. We have a customer success team, and we break up the responsibilities around onboarding and retention and account management. We also have customer acquisition as a piece of and then we have the overall director of customer success. So growing that customer success team and getting the people in the right spots and the right seats and clarity around those, all of that has been a big challenge. And it continues to change. I mean, technology keeps changing. We keep going to these trade shows and finding out what's next, and how we need to harness what's going on across the industry. Those are some of the major challenges and continue to be.
So how have you helped your team, or how has your team helped you through this pivot, these changes?
Yeah, I mean, what we found is that getting the right people is everything. It's all about the team and about the people. If you have the right people, you can change the strategy. And what that comes down to is, are these people core value matches? And then it's, what are your core values? And for us, it's serving other people. We treat everybody like they're a VIP. We focus on results. We try to set smart goals and be determined to achieve those goals. We want to do the right thing, act with integrity, and then we want to choose a great attitude. Don't sweat the small stuff and treat each day like it's a gift. And when we've established those core values, we end up attracting the people into our company that share those and repelling the people who don't. And so that's been, the people have been huge. And even before we'd established in writing our core values, just attracting like-minded, like-hearted people has been a big part of it. And really, my vision and my role, I serve our team. They don't serve me. I serve our team, and showing up every day with a posture of, how can I best serve our organization? And when you get the right people, that's when magic can happen, because their ideas are unlocked. Their passion is unlocked, and we've seen that time and again with a lot of our team.
Okay. So what types of things do you do to develop your team, right? They can't, it's a family-owned business. There's probably a lid on how high they can rise in the company, but you've got, over 100 employees and, layers of management. So what sorts of things do you do to develop your team?
Yeah, we it's an area of growth for us for sure. But one of the things, for example, that we've done is book of the quarter, where people can opt in, and we'll get everybody the book. For example, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. That's a book that we've done where we meet on Tuesdays at lunch, and we have a bookmark in there that is the reading for that previous week, and we kind of march through that book together, talk about it over lunch, and it's kind of like a low pressure but high opportunity way that people can opt into personal and professional development. That's one way. We get plugged into like our leadership team around things at the U of L Family Business Center. We'd like to, as we go along, offer the ability to get into different groups around town for personal and professional development and pay for that. We're almost there in offering that. That's part of our goal, is to provide that type of growth opportunity. Some of our younger team members are in organizations like YPAL, and they have some personal professional development programs that we'll invest in for them. And then, it also starts with just being who the leaders are themselves. The quote is something like, of all the books on all the shelves, it's who the leaders are themselves. And so, us providing, an example, a role model of what it looks like to be a leader and to be an effective team member, how to treat clients, how to move strategy forward. But the book of the month is probably our best go at this point for development. And our hope is to be an area of growth for us.
Okay, awesome. I like that. So we've covered a lot of ground here, and for those of you listening, I recommend bookmarking this one, watching this a couple times. David has shared a lot of little nuggets there and a lot of big nuggets. And it's always about figuring out, how do I apply the lessons of another successful growing company to my business? So listen a couple times. So David, now we've got kind of our last few questions here. These are kind of quick ones, kind of first question, top of your mind best. So first one is, what's the key to success for you?
Relationships. The quote that I like from John Maxwell is that the quality of your life is in direct proportion to the quality of your relationships. And and that's what success is all about, is the quality of the relationships. Direct proportion to the quality of your life is the quote I like in there, the part that I like in there. And I know we've all found that to be true. When your relationships are right, especially with the people closest to you. And that's the second quote, is that success is having those closest to you love and respect you the most, because they're the ones that know you. And so, those are the most challenging quotes for me. But those are my best definitions, that I can be the same person at home as I am at work, with my wife and with my kids and with my family. So that's success for me, is those relationships.
Awesome. Great. So what's one piece of advice you would give to other business owners?
Surround yourself with great people who are core value matches. Get outside coaching and help. It's always worth the investment of time and finance and resources to, because it's exponential growth in that regard. Those would be two big ones for me.
Okay, great. So what's a book that you're reading now, or you've read recently or listened to, that you'd recommend to others?
Right now, I'm reading a book called one called Inbound Selling by the guy who started HubSpot. The other is The Challenger Sale. I'm trying to learn more about enterprise sales and the way that sales has changed today as it used to be, just to kind of stay sharp in the marketplace. Things are always changing, and as soon as it's what you learn when you already know everything that really matters. I might know a thing or two about selling, but not nearly enough, and it continues to change. So those books in that regard, the quintessential classic, I already mentioned one, Stephen Covey's 7 Habits, but the other that I always recommend is How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Principles of success and about people, and how people operate is something that's going to help anybody in any walk of life to kind of level up their game.
All right. So if you had to choose one area of your business that you could immediately improve tomorrow, what would it be?
One area to immediately improve tomorrow, I would say automation and technology. For us, it's all about getting that apparel and those products to our machines in an efficient way. And technology is the key to that. we think we have really great people and we have a ton of capacity. How can we get that stuff to our machines faster, more efficiently, and in greater abundance? And I think that technology unlocks that. So that would be the one for me at the moment.
Okay, great. So before I ask you my last question, if people want to find more, find out more about TagSwag, where can they go? They get your website, Instagram, Facebook. Where else can people learn about you and what you do and get in contact with you?
Those three channels that you just mentioned, but the one that we are most active on is LinkedIn, because there are a lot of B2B, and that's where we have the most up to date. It's where I post kind of within my world, and TagSwag posts itself. That would be the best channel. Is probably LinkedIn at the moment.
Okay, great. All right. So last question for you today, and that is this: what inspires you the most right now?
Our vision for the future. We have a lot of hope for where we're going. We think that our strategy is worth waking up every day and going after and chasing after. I'm really inspired by the building that we're about to move into. Like I mentioned, we're in two 35,000 square foot buildings. We're out here in Shively. We have another building over in Algonquin Parkway. So we're kind of in Louisville. We're kind of off in obscurity, off the beaten path, but we're moving over to Floyd Street on the campus of the University of Louisville, on the same street as all the major stadiums, on the other side where the football stadium is. So we're moving into an 80,000 square foot building there. And it's going to be a state-of-the-art facility. We're going to be able to combine and unify our company and our team. Just this year, we actually combined two names into one. So Stitch Designers was the legacy name. Tag Your Swag was the direct division, and now we're just TagSwag. So we've got the name part combined in a new website, but then getting into one state-of-the-art building, that vision of our team being unified under one roof, having our 125 machines all in one location. There's a mezzanine that you can stand up and see down over the entire manufacturing. That moment where we're moved in and we've done the ribbon cutting and we're looking down and we can see what we actually have, that definitely is an inspiration for us today.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Appreciate that. Can't wait for your ribbon cutting and open house.
Thank you, Mark. We're saying this fall.
Yeah.
You got to hold my dad to it, though, if it's late. So
I got to push on him on LinkedIn.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
To get in charge of the project. Okay, I'll tell him David sent me. So this has been David Horne, who is president of the family-owned business TagSwag, and he has shared a lot of nuggets today about running a business, growing a business, leading a team, and a lot of the things he has done and the family has done to grow their team and to grow their business and to do it in a way that they're attracting great employees, building a culture that people can fit into, which is really feeding their success and growth. So thank you so much for your time today, David, and sharing everything that you've shared today that really applies to every one of us in business.
You're welcome, Mark. Thank you for the time and the opportunity, and thank you for what you do.
So, and again, this has been the Business Spotlight series. And if this is your first time listening, be sure to like and subscribe so you get all the future interviews that we post. And we will see you all on the next interview. Thanks a lot. Bye for now.